Both the approval and disapproval of others can cause one great anxiety. That either of these opinions may afflict your person is one of the greatest misfortunes of the self. Why is this? Seeking favor is degrading, and once it is gotten, one lives with a constant fear of the day it will be lost. Losing favor is shameful and leads to a fear of even greater calamity. Again, I ask, why is this so? The reason we suffer is because we have selves. Without a self, we cannot have problems. You are not this body that will soon die. Your true self is eternal. When you see yourself as part of the world, and the world as part of yourself, you can be trusted to govern. The invisible, the inaudible, and the intangible cannot be defined. Therefore, these three are merged as one. If you rise above the upper part of it, there is no bright beginning. If you sink below the lower part, there is no dark ending. It goes on, continuing endlessly, ceaseless in action, refusing to be named, ever returning to become nothing. It is the form of the formless, the image of the invisible, a quick twinkling mystery. Before it, I do not see its front or where it begins. I follow it, but do not see its back or where it ends. Therefore, I find it is better to be it, and relax into my own life. Discover, hold on to, and practice the ways of the ancient masters. As ones who know how things have always been, they are in harmony with the way of things today. As you come to know the ancient beginning, assume it to be true, so you can move on and unravel the great mystery. The subtle, exquisite wonders of the ancient masters require profound penetration into this mystery. Their wisdom is so deep, no one could ever find the bottom of it. That without limits cannot be defined, so I will attempt to describe them by their appearance. Nimble, like someone crossing a stream in winter. Aware, like someone surrounded by enemies. Ordinary, like uncarved wood. Empty and open as a vacant valley. Melting away like ice on a warm day. This person is a serious visitor, a guest in this world, in awe of his host. It is impossible to see clearly through muddy water. When stirred up, your thoughts become muddled and cloudy. Cease and desist. In the stillness, even the muddiest of water becomes clean and clear. Learn to rest while working, for this condition perpetuates life. As you practice the way, it is best not to become full of anything, especially yourself. When you are never overfilled, you can be content with who you are and avoid chasing perfection. Empty yourself completely. Allow your heart to become a place of perfect serenity. all things come and go. Watch them return to rest and notice how endings become beginnings. Each thing flourishes only to return to its source and become still again. This is the flow of nature. Her eternal decay and renewal are constant. Accepting the constant brings clarity. One without clarity recklessly causes trouble and brings about misery and disaster. Knowing the constancy of nature's flow, one sees things from the perspective of universal acceptance. Accepting all leads to being impartial. Being impartial naturally leads to one seeing things as a generous and noble sovereign. This is your divine right. Claim it and become one with the Tao. To be one with the Tao is to be immortal. The false self withers and the body decays, but a spirit of the Tao lives on for all eternity. The greatest leaders are those that are barely noticed. Below them are those that are loved and praised. Below them are those that are feared. Below them are those that are despised and defied. Have faith in your people, and they will have faith in you. The greatest leaders choose words carefully and use them sparingly. Where there is no Tao, benevolent humanitarian kindness appears. This comes with high ideals of justice and righteousness. Next, we use our superior intelligence and intellect to fashion rules of morality and virtue. This is where hypocrisy begins. Our relationships become no longer harmonious. We put on a big display of how well we are getting along together and how much we love each other. We all become confused about what is really going on. Chaos ensues. Our last desperate attempt to make sense of things manifests itself as patriotism. Give up your pious airs and your superior wisdom, and it will be 100 times better for everyone. Abandon righteousness and moral justice. Then we will naturally know the right thing to do in each individual situation so we can get along. Then we can abandon our plans for achieving our own ends. People will become honest. This alone is not enough. It deals only with what is going on the surface. Inside your heart, it is important to be plain and simple. Rein in your selfishness and play down your desires. Stop learning, and you will be free of your heartache and worry. What difference does it make if you are treated with honor or scorn? Good and evil depend on one's point of view. Must you fear what others fear? This can be confusing, and it is only the beginning. The people at the party are excited. I alone am quiet and uninvolved, like a newborn baby before it learns to smile. I am weary and rest where I am without need of a home to go to. These people are overfilled and have too much. I alone am empty, vacant, and seem to be missing something. My mind is so simple, it appears to be that of an idiot. Bright smiles mask scrutiny, while I alone remain difficult to understand. I am patient and tranquil like the ocean. My spirit is as free as the wind. These people are stuck in a rut. I alone am stubborn and choose my own path. I am different from these people. I am feeding my soul with love from my Creator. Great virtue comes from the Tao alone. It is undefined, yet contains things that are definable, like images, forms, shapes, and objects. This seems like obscure reasoning, but it is the supreme reality. This spirit, essence, life force of all things is to be believed and trusted. Since time before memory, this idea has survived, so we can know where all things originate. How do I know this? By using this. Be flexible, accepting, and yielding, and you will be complete. Bend to remain straight. Lay low, stay empty, and you will be filled. When you are tired, you will be refreshed. Notice where you are lacking and accept abundance. Have too much and become confused. This is why it is best to hold on to the one and accept the world as it is. Stop putting on a show so people can see who you really are, and people will see themselves in you. If you do not compete, no one will compete against you. Those of ancient times have told us to be flexible and yield because this brings the world to our doorstep. Speak softly and use few words. This is with the ways of nature. A strong wind will not last long. A heavy downpour of rain will not last long. If heaven and earth cannot sustain these forced, exaggerated effects, how can one person hope to do so? If you follow the Tao, you will become one with the Tao. If you follow harmony, you will become harmonious.